Hello and welcome back to the Battle Room. My name is, of course, the Battle Room, and today I'm joined by Raghav. How you doing, buddy?
Honestly, Colin, I'm just feeling grateful because I've been experiencing some foot pain. So I went to the doctor and I found out something crazy. He said I have an extra toe now. So yeah, I'm just rocking the Big Six. And that's what we got here for you today, a breakdown of Big Six. This is something everyone needs to know right now. It is the best team in the format.
Yeah, whether you're using it or fighting against it, I think it's valuable information. And we were just talking about it, and there was just no real guide or description about how this team works, why it's so good, and how to use it. So that's what we're here for today, to break down Big Six. So the real strength of Big Six, in my opinion, is the pure flexibility and versatility of this team. You can lead. I mean, we're going to break down some leads and we're going to give you some guidance and some help for sure. But truthfully, you can lead, I think, any combination of Pokemon and it just kind of works. Dare I say, even Charizard and Floette in a certain scenario could be okay. Obviously, that's probably the least common lead, but everything else just works together so seamlessly. You're using basically the 6 best Pokemon. You have a double mega mix-up. You have tons of speed, tons of versatility, and then you even have a Slowmon and King Gambit to give you a really nice speed floor of having a really slow Pokemon. You have all the fast Pokemon. You have Priority Tailwind. You have Priority Encore. You just seriously have every tool that you could ever want as a Pokemon player.
I mean, Colin, everything you said with, I agree 1,000%. I've been playing a lot of this team just to, make sure that this video is as solid as it can be. Like, I've downloaded all the matchups, but also just because this team is so good, I wanted to give it a try to see if, is there anything that consistently beats this, for some inspiration. And the only thing I kept losing to was the mirror. So this team is absolutely dominant. It is everything you said. Its flexibility is what makes it so good. It just allows you to run the best Pokemon. And to get a deeper understanding of that, let's honestly break down the individual Pokemon, Colin.
We will be breaking down the team in its entirety. We're giving you leads, we're giving you matchup advice, and we're going to show you a couple of example games at the end of the video. But if you want even more content with this team or more Battle Room content in general, go check out the Patreon. We're going to be uploading a ton of battles using Big Six, climbing the ladder. If you want more, obviously there still will be some in the video so you can get a feel for how this team functions. Also, before we break down this team, I want to give a huge shout out to the creator of this team. I'll link them down below. They actually ended up finishing 7th on the Pokemon Champions ladder, and I thought I would give you the variant that did the best in the Pokemon Champions ladder most recently. So huge shout outs to Mari Rui Pokemon 2. Huge shout out to them. Enjoy the breakdown. Yeah, so one thing I will say, this team does feature Floette, which I know some of you don't have, and I really do think that Sylveon is a quite viable substitute to the Floette if you want to try that out. I think Floette is very good in its own right, and I think Floette probably should be on the team, but if you don't have Floette, I think Sylveon is a great addition to the team that you can try in that slot, and you'll find equal success, right? But the first Pokemon we got to talk about is Whimsicott. Whimsicott is just kind of what brings it all together. It gives you so many useful tools. The first thing you're going to notice is that it is Sash Prankster. What I will say about Big Six is there's a lot of different variations you can make, very small adjustments, but one Pokemon that remains the same on every single version, same spread, same moves, same everything, is Whimsicott. The only thing that will change, I will say, is the 2 points. You can put him in HP, you can put him in special defense, wherever you want, but that's seriously the only thing that's ever changing. First, Prankster. Such a great ability. It gives priority to both Encore and Tailwind, technically Protect, but it just gives a priority to these status moves, so you're able to use them before anyone else can move. Prankster Tailwind is absolutely demonic. The Focus Sash is very important because it kind of allows Whimsicott to just be more annoying. It lives longer, it's harder to KO. It also kind of, funnily enough, makes it more offensive in a way as well, because normally if you don't have the Focus Sash item, you need to run a lot of bulk so you can actually survive hits. But since we're Focus Sash, you get to run max special attack, max speed, which pairs incredibly well with Floette. All these little things just start adding up, and it's just unfair. Moonblast is going to be our primary attacking move, which also gets boosted by Floette's Fairy Aura. Fun little side note there. You're doing a lot more damage. It's equivalent to better than a Life Orb. It's 1.333 repeating, of course, so it's stronger than a Life Orb. You basically have Life Orb Whimsicott when Floette is on the field. Just something to keep into note when you're playing the team. Tailwind, again, is going to increase all of our speed by ×2, and this move always goes first because of Prankster. absolutely ridiculous. I feel like if you're getting into VGC or you're trying Pokemon Champions out, playing with Whimsicott is essential to your growth as a player, because Priority Tailwind is just so good in Pokemon Champions, and I don't expect it to ever get worse unless they actually nerf Prankster, or I don't think they'll nerf Tailwind, but if they were to nerf Prankster,
That'd be crazy.
and then Encore is also really, really good because it just kind of like, it's very punishing. It makes the opponent use the same move that they used last turn, which in most scenarios is like, you're like, why would I do that? Garchomp's gonna just keep pressing Earthquake. But as you'll start to notice when you start to play games, there's a lot of really, really good moves, right? Like, hey, they went for Protect, Encore. They went for Trick Room, Encore. The Trick Room's gonna get reversed. They go for Aqua Jet to try and pick off a low HP Floette. Encore. So now my King Gambit is, or my, my Garchomp isn't threatened by Last Respects. There's like really, really precise end games you can set up with Encore. And I think it's just a great move on Whimsicott. And Protect is very, very important on Whimsicott, specifically because of Encore. So you're able to protect, bait out something like a Fake Out, and then Encore them into it. And then that's Whimsicott.
Yeah, Whimsicott's absolutely insane and essential to this team. Honestly, I'm going to move downwards rather than left to right, because the next Pokemon I want to talk about is Basculegion. Because, like, as you're talking about Whimsicott, I'm just, like, flipping through the memory lane, and I'm like, dude, I just love Whimsicott Basculegion so much. That lead is absolutely nuts, because Basculegion, it's usually on this team, it is going to be using its ability to, do double damage with its stabs, and on top of that, a boosting item, usually in the form of either Mystic Water or, in this case, Life Orb. So when you use a boosting item like that, it just becomes insanely strong in the lead. You're able to lead it with Whimsicott and just do some fat wave crashes, some fat Last Respects, and Aqua Jet obviously is essential for priority. But just to talk about Last Respects real quick, this move makes it so whether you lead it, you get the wave crash, but in the back, if you're able to preserve your Basculegion, he's able to sweep teams on its own. If you don't know, Last Respects is a ghost type move that increases in base power every time one of your teammates faints. So it gets absolutely insane by the time, you reach the end game. And I just think it's an essential part of this team. And it's funny because it's on a Sun team, but it's still so good because it has the perfect, move coverage. And let's take a look at its EV spreads too. I think it's going to primarily be invested into attack, a little bit of speed just to make sure that you're making use of Tailwind, outspeeding things like Mega Aerodactyl, other Scarf Pokemon. And then I believe the defense and HP in this case is probably EV to live like a Choppleberry Sucker Punch from King Gambit. I'm not entirely sure in this version, but that would be my best guess.
So next up is Floette. Floette is very simple in what it's trying to do, and that's press fairy moves. Its ability is Flower Veil before it Mega Evolves, which, funnily enough, can come up because Whimsicott is a grass type. So what it does is it stops stat drops from targeting your partner or grass types. So usually one of the big things it can do is stop Parting Shot from Incineroar. Again, it's not a huge deal. Most of the time you are going to be Mega Evolving this Pokemon, but just something you should know. When it Mega Evolves, of course, it gets Fairy Aura, which is the signature ability of Xerneas and now Floette, which boosts your fairy moves by 1.333 repeating. So it's basically just a better Life Orb, just very slightly better Life Orb. And so this Floette has all fairy moves. Moonblast is going to be your single target fairy move. Like, this one's just your strong, good, consistent blend of just damage and, that little chance that you could lower their special attack. Dazzling Gleam, your spread fairy move. This one hits both guys. Very, very good. And then Light of Ruin is your nuclear bomb fairy move. Now, this one is single target, just like Moonblast, but this one does have a base power of, is it 140 or 150?
I've always been operating that it's 150, but I could be wrong. I'm not going to lie. It is, in fact, base 140. Okay. It's 140. That is still absolutely insane coming from a Mega Floette in Fairy Aura.
Of course. And then when you look at the spread, you'll notice that it's also max special attack. So we're trying to get the most out of it. What's kind of interesting about Floette is that most of the time the moveset will not change, but the nature and the spread can change ever so slightly. This one is actually going to be a timid Floette, so it is going to be max speed timid, which the big things that you're outspeeding are basically everything that Garchomp outspeeds. So you're outspeeding stuff like max speed Charizard. You're also speed tying importantly with also max speed Garchomp. It also also allows you to outspeed any Garchomp that isn't max speed. So I think Timid is specifically very, very strong in the mirror, and it not that it catches people off guard, but it can set up some really, really nice pins because you are so ridiculously fast with it. At the end of the day, Floette is very, very simple in what it's trying to accomplish, and that's to just deal as much damage as possible. It can really be a very, very potent lead or brought in the back. And of course, obviously another thing to always keep a note is that it can boost up Whimsicott's power, which makes Whimsicott Floette a absolutely disgusting lead.
Next up, I do want to talk about Garchomp just because he adds so much to the team, and he's one of the top dogs of the format, right? Like, doesn't matter what mega you're running, Garchomp, there's like an 80% chance he's going to be on your team. And let's talk about why, right? So he's got Rough Skin, an amazing ability. Anytime it is hit by a contact move, the opponent takes some recoil. I don't even remember how much it is. It's just too much.
12%.
12%. There you go. Then we have the Citrus Berry. So on this team, we're opting for a very bulky Garchomp, but you can, like, there are so many variants of Big Six. I've seen a lot of them run Citrus Berry, a lot of them run Life Orb, Roselli Berry. So it really does depend on what your preferences are, and what you need it exactly to do. So on this team, we've got the Citrus. Dragon Claw is an essential move on it if you don't have like an Aerodactyl or something. And this version has Stomping Tantrum, but I do want to say, in the games that we're going to be doing later, we will be running EQ. That's just our personal preference. Earthquake is a spread move. I feel like it's really, really good, but again, with Big Six, you just got to play a bunch of games and figure out which version is personally tailored for you, right? Next up is Rock Slide. Again, an essential move on Garchomp. You can run Rock Tomb, but Rock Slide's so good because it's spread and it hits Charizard. And not even mentioning the 30% flinch chance, of course. So Rock Slide is just absolutely broken, and Garchomp's job partially is to deal with these fire types, particularly opposing Charizards. Lastly, of course, we have Protect, just very useful. I don't think you get to run no Protect unless you're running something like Roselli Berry, in which case we see a lot of Poison Jab Garchomps just to be able to actually take a Fairy hit and respond back with something nice. On this version, I'm guessing the EV spread for Garchomp is going to be on the bulkier side. Yeah, we're not actually prioritizing a lot of speed, only hitting 138. And then yeah, Adamant with a jump point, and primarily bulky Garchomp. That's one of the things, this guy it feels like he never dies, especially with that Citrus Berry.
And then next up is King Gambit. I think King Gambit is essential for just mostly slaying enemy Basculegions. Basculegion is one of the best Pokemon in the game, and King Gambit is the best guy at taking him down. He also gives you a really nice Steel type. He's a really great defensive switch, and he also is very, very slow, which allows him to potentially counter things like Farigiraf or Sylveon in Trick Room. So the moveset is pretty simple. He's obviously going to have the Defiant ability, which is going to raise his attack stat by +1 every time a stat, or by +2, sorry, every time a stat is lowered. So if you do get intimidated, you will drop your attack, but then you'll raise your attack by 2, so you'll end up at +1. But if they use something like Icy Wind, your speed will still drop, but your attack will raise by +2, which can get really, really out of hand if your opponent if you like kind of condition your opponent to misplay, or you just punish something like an Intimidate lead. Chople Berry is going to be essential for living fighting type hits. Now, you can't really live like a close combat from like a full Adamant Sneasler, but the point is mostly just for something like a weaker Sneasler or Staraptor, or even something like a enemy King Gambit low kick. It just gives him a lot more consistency and stability on the field. His moveset is pretty simple. It's just Kowtow Cleave for your strong dark type move that just doesn't rely on anything. It's just a very consistent good dark type move. Iron Head is going to be your steel type coverage move, which allows you to hit fairy type specifically, which this team does not love to see. Like not that it doesn't love to see it, because you do have a Charizard, but it's just nice to have a little extra into those fairy types. Low kick is actually really mostly for enemy King Gambits. In the mirror, it's just simply incredible, but it also can hit stuff like
Incineroar is just really useful.
Incineroar. So I was totally blanking on fighting.
Or T-Tar.
T-Tar, yeah. It hits a lot of, it's just a very useful coverage move. And then Sucker Punch is going to be your priority +1 dark move. Obviously, it only works if they are using an attacking move. The priority is what just kind of allows King Gambit to shine. The threat of Sucker Punch always being on the field, whether Tailwind's up or Trick Room up, it doesn't matter. He's always moving first with that, and it just makes him such a consistent and strong Pokemon in the format. Now, this Pokemon is not running Protect. You'll notice that every other Pokemon has Protect, and that's very, very important. It's a very good move, but we're just opting for pure coverage because we think that's more important, right, on Kingambit instead of running Protect. Kingambit does have a lot of flexibility as well. You'll see a lot of Black Glasses. Specifically, it's usually Black Glasses or Occaberry on Big 6. Black Glasses is going to give you extra damage into stuff like Basculegion. It can kind of upset their calcs a little bit. And then, of course, Occaberry is going to be for the mirror specifically, so you can take a Charizard, Weather Ball, or Heat Wave. But Choppleberry, I think, is just very, very solid and consistent all around, specifically into enemy Kingambits, which you'd love to hunt down. As for the spread, this one is actually pretty crazy. It's actually living a Light of Ruin from Floette, which in the mirror or just in general can be very, very strong and catches people completely off guard. And then the attack stat is just a jump point. So you get as much attack as you can while being super specially defensive, which just kind of further pushes him as this really strong pivot option in Big 6.
And if I'm not mistaken, that spread is very similar to what I gave you for Indy. I think there's a good chance that it can live a Charizard Heat Wave if they're just like one modest. So, especially defensive Kingambit is a bit of a monster. It can be very good in specifically the mirror. But we need to talk about the last Pokemon here. We saved the best for last. It is our boy Charizard, Mega Charizard, of course. Before it Megas, it has Blaze, pretty useless, but when it Megas, it sets up the sun with its ability Drought. Charizard is just absolutely meta-defining. It is the primary Mega on this team, I would say, even though Floette is phenomenal. Charizard is just so good next to all of its best friends here, Garchomp, Basculegion, Kingambit, because it just gets to set up the sun and spam Heat Wave. Its primary fire move, its spread damage, it's really strong, fairly accurate, and you're probably clicking that most of the time. But for coverage, we do need Solar Beam. Solar Beam is going to be really useful in hitting, especially enemy Basculegion. I think that's the primary thing you want it for, but it does help that you can also do a little bit more to things like Garchomp or Aerodactyl. Lastly, we have Weather Ball as in form of its attacks. Weather Ball is so good. It is 100 base power in the sun, fire move, stab. It becomes almost a little bit of a nuke, right? Because Heat Wave's slightly weaker and a spread move. Weather Ball is so important to get around Wide Guard or to just do a little bit of extra damage. You set up some nasty pins with Earthquake Weather Ball or Sucker Punch Weather Ball. Charizard is just so good. And then lastly, Protect. Protect is essential. It's on 99% of the team. I know that's not the accurate percentage, but you know what I mean, guys. It's just very important to re-pivot around. And let's take a look at its EV spread on this version. I'm very curious. It is very defensively bulky. In fact, this is a bold Charizard. Now, you do not have to run bold Charizard, but what is really cool about it is that you're living Life Orb Rock Slide from enemy Garchomps. You're living that +2 Life Orb Sucker Punch from Kingambit. So it does give you a lot, and because you have the sun, you're already doing a lot of damage. However, you can of course run Modest, some Charizards run Timid, but generally Charizard is going to be focused on being really bulky and doing as much damage as it can.
And with all that said, let's take a look at some of the common leads that you can lead into almost any team.
Okay, the first lead we have to talk about, the one that I personally love the most and probably use the most, is Whimsicott Basculegion. You're threatening Tailwind and a Pokemon that can't be faked out. With the Life Orb, you're just dealing insane damage in the early game with Wave Crash, and it sets up your Pokemon in the back and in Tailwind to just clean the rest of the game. The nice thing about this is, of course, you cannot be faked out, but also you have double protect options, you have Encore Pressure on Whimsicott, and it's really easy to just switch Basculegion out, save him for the late game, and you have Last Respects now that it's boosted.
The next lead we want to talk about is Whimsicott plus one of the two Megas. Both Charizard and Floette just put on so much offensive pressure. They are some of your best damage dealers. I mean, everything deals damage, but these two are a little bit special. Obviously, Whimsicott plus Floette is absolutely disgusting because you are multiplying Whimsicott's Fairy Move in Moonblast as well as Floette's.
Yeah, and Charizard is equally good just because you're able to set up the sun, deal a lot of strong spread damage with that Heat Wave, and you're setting up for that Basculegion in the back. You have priority with Sucker Punch and Kingambit, and it just becomes a really, really strong intuitive mode. I feel like understanding I just get to click Tailwind Heat Wave feels awesome. But the last lead idea We're really leaning into the versatility and flexibility of this team. You can really lead anything. There are so many strong leads. Some of my favorites that haven't been listed are Charizard and Garchomp. These are particularly good into opposing Charizard teams. Charizard King Gambit is really good to put early pressure on Basculegion. Floette King Gambit as well. It really does feel like if you assess the situation, you really can lead any two Pokemon together. But it just really speaks to the strength of this team. And I think to understand that better, maybe we need to break down some of the matchups of this team. So the first matchup we're going to discuss is Staraptor Raichu that's been popping up everywhere. Now I think the really important thing to remember here is Floette is so good into both of their megas. So our main priority is just enabling that Pokemon. You can either lead it with Whimsicott or keep it in the back just to get it in at a very opportune time. But generally, I think you want to have Whimsicott, Floette, and King Gambit for sure, because they often have things like Farigiraf, Golden Go, or their own King Gambit, Sylveon. Our King Gambit with all its coverage is essential. Now, usually I finish that out with either a Garchomp or a Basculegion, depending on their team. Again, these Pokemon can be led. And then you have Floette King Gambit in the back. But the important role of Garchomp at Basculegion is to deal with their pesky fire types and overall just immense bulk and damage.
The next team we gotta talk about is the rank 1 team that just finished rank 1 in the most recent season, so we're gonna give you a matchup into that. The main idea is that Whimsicott is so disruptive into the entire team, right? If they do go for coaching strategies, you can encore them into that. Setting up Calm Mind in front of Whimsicott is a death sentence, so leading Whimsicott and applying pressure with Whimsicott is super important. Personally, we like to lead Whimsicott plus Charizard because Charizard puts so much pressure onto all of their Pokemon outside of something like Garchomp. But we do have our own Garchomp in the back. Because their Garchomp doesn't run a Dragon move, we're able to safely switch him in if they decide to Rock Slide. But if they don't lead Garchomp, Charizard just gets to go nuts. We're still going to bring Garchomp every single time. And then the last Pokemon we're going to bring is usually going to be King Gambit. He is really, really good into their King Gambit. He puts pressure onto Floette. And he's just overall just a really strong pick in this specific matchup if you can get around the Garchomp. But another option you can do is totally just bringing your own Floette paired with Whimsicott. You can just skip out on the Charizard and you're able to put pressure with Floette as well, especially if you have a feeling that they're going to lead that Mega Garchomp.
I think both Megas are so viable. I just do want to add, if you play a variant of this team that has Delphox instead of Garchomp, I think Basculegion is your best friend, so preserving that, maybe like Whimsicott Charizard with Garchomp Basque in the back. I think Garchomp and KG are interchangeable, but Basculegion is your friend versus Delphox. Next up, we have the very popular Toxapex Charizard team. I think this matchup can be very tricky depending on your opponent's sets as well as your sets. Things like Citrus Berry on Garchomp versus Life Orb on Garchomp can change things a lot, but in general, things to keep in mind. Basculegion and King Gambit are both very good into Toxapex, so you need to preserve them in order to deal with that, honestly, asshole of a Pokemon. You are able to drop something like King Gambit, but I think Basculegion is always valuable. With that in mind, you need to keep their Venusaur in control, because even in Tailwind, Venusaur is going to be able to outspeed and snipe you with that Leaf Storm, that Solar Beam, so keep that in mind. Knowing that, I think you're allowed to do Whimsicott Garchomp, Whimsicott Charizard, and then have Basculegion and King Gambit in the back, or just one of the two. Yeah, the idea is you're able to, encore the Toxapex into something not as useful as it could be doing, while honestly just shitting out damage with Charizard or Garchomp and preserving your Basculegion to be able to last respects that Toxapex in the endgame. Lastly, we have the Big Six Mirror. Now with this one, I cannot guarantee you anything more than a 50-50 chance, and this is going to be educational for the viewers, but also for Colin, because I think this is a labyrinth. This is something we have to untangle. The mirror matchup plan, generally speaking, is Whimsicott plus one of your other Pokemon, because for every possibility they have, there is a response you can do. It really is rock, paper, scissors. Generally, personally, I usually rotate between 3 leads of Whimsicott Garchomp. If I'm predicting them to lead Charizard or their own Garchomp is totally fine. Then I have Whimsicott Floette in case they lead their Garchomp. And then I have Whimsicott Charizard because I'm scared if they lead their Floette. Both your Megas are very bringable in this matchup, and this is what makes it so tricky, is you kind of have to predict what is the mode your opponent's going to do. Now, I said that you can lead Whimsicott plus any Pokemon, and that is true, because if they lead Whimsicott Basculegion, your best option is probably either Whimsicott, Kingambit, or one of your Megas, right? So it is really important to understand the rock, paper, scissors of it all, but usually I'm going to have my Kingambit, a Mega Pokemon, and Whimsicott just because the opposing Basculegion is so scary, and you do need to make sure you have ways to beat Garchomp as well. Speed control, you just want to match it with Whimsicott. So yeah, good luck memorizing your expanded rock, paper, scissors, but that is the big 6 mirror.
All right, so we got the classic Staraptor Sand team, but with Venusaur over Sinistcha. Okay. How we approach this one? What is the sand answer?
I think you have a number of options. I think
As is the team.
Whimsicott Kingambit's not bad into it. Whimsicott Basculegion's not bad into it. Do you want to bring Charizard or Floette? I think both are very bringable.
When I was because I was actually playing around with Big Six a lot when this team was popular, and I personally was kind of a Charizard fan. But at the same time, I do think Floette is pretty good, especially with Chomp, right? Like Chomp is a must bring, is he not?
He can be, yeah. So let's just do that then. I do think Kingambit is so much pressure into their Goldie.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you're not wrong.
I think we're fine without it too. I think we can just do Whims Bass, and then just go like Garchomp Charizard. I'm okay with that.
All right.
I think beat the Staraptor with Whimsicott. It'll be fine.
Garchomp is just so potent. I mean, this one has a Venusaur, so normally the Sinistcha is a little bit more annoying for Garchomp, but Garchomp's just so potent to the Sand duo that he just feels like it feels kind of criminal not to bring him.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have so many good Pokemon in this matchup. Like,
yeah,
Floette just like sweeps half their team. They do have the Venusaur, which is more like Floette hates, so I actually understand not bringing it. I just feel like Staraptor teams in general, for some reason, they just can't even beat Floette Kingambit, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. And they're just gonna lead Tyranitar and Milotic here into Basculegion and Whimsicott. This feels pretty good, I'm not gonna lie.
I think so too. The only way they outspeed Basque is if they Mega Evolve in our Jolly T-Tar.
Which, I mean, we're 113, so...
Oh, 113 speed? Never mind, we just Tailwind Wave Crash.
Alright. I was gonna say, we just need to make sure that is actually true.
Yeah, I thought we were max speed, my bad.
Tailwind Wave Crash. Oh, wow. Is he going to be like Sash or something stupid?
It might be Sash T-Tar, because what the hell is happening?
They just let him get hit.
Are they trying to trade? Nope,
No.
they're just trying to trade, because this Milotic's going to get a huge Ice Beam off, maybe.
I guess, or is it the coil set? You never know with these teams. The Milotic really could be anything. Usually it is just Icy Wind, Ice Beam, or Haze. It's going to be Icy Wind. Okay. Sure. I mean, I'm down. It's a good turn.
Not a huge issue, bro.
Not a huge issue at all, honestly. Alright, Sand. Okay.
So what could come in that would give us trouble?
Staraptor. Let's see what this is. This is gonna be X-Gun. Okay.
Oh.
Sure.
Hello. Kind of feeling just like a Protect and Jet into Devon.
Yeah, I'm pretty down for that. It doesn't seem like a bad play at all. I mean, if we break his Sash, that's positive. That's good. That's all we really need to do. And then he's kind of worthless. Okay, he is going to Protect, but at the end of the day,
okay.
Well, now we have Encore.
Wait, that is true, actually. So who even gives a shit?
No, not at all, dude.
My thing is, like, do I want to preserve this Whimsicott, right? Just for Staraptor?
Yeah. I mean, it is valid.
A little useless.
Garchomp's looking incredibly useless, actually. This would have been...
Let's just switch Chompin and Jet the X-Go, right?
Yeah, I'd be down for that. I also think he might just swap out the X-Ga. He's threatened by Encore, right? So we could just swap out. And we can still throw the Jet that way, just free damage. We could also consider Wave Crashing if we actually really think he's going to swap.
That's actually such a good question. I don't really know. I feel like Jet is the safer play.
I think Jet seems fine. It is going to swap out. Okay.
Yeah.
Into Staraptor. Into Venusaur. Okay.
Garchomp's looking good again. Whimsicott is not needed.
Well, Whimsicott is nice just for the Tailwind, because now we'll just guarantee outspeed that guy.
Yeah, that's true.
Are they going to just keep Icy Winding? I think they have to.
They are, yeah. Which is a pretty annoying, I guess.
But it's going to dodge on Basculegion. Okay, sure. I mean, he's not the one
that we wanted to dodge, but it's okay.
He's not 4x
weak to ice, but we'll take it, I guess.
Is really didn't do much.
Is this a free switch into Charizard? Do we want to switch him in, just like Charizard EQ? I think Bask is still worth keeping now.
Yeah, I think you do that. I think you 100% do that. Wims Bask could actually sweep the game too.
And I also think they just don't have much threat onto Charizard. Like, they would have to Scald Bascu Legion, which they could, but the Garchomp is just way too juicy, right? I think this might be... It's probably a Grass move. It could be a Sludge Bomb. I think Sludge Bomb would be super legit into Bask, but they might just get greedy for a little bit of extra HP from Giga Drain.
Yeah, I feel like they're probably not going to do anything that hits Charizard. That's very valuable, honestly.
Yeah,
wow.
I'll take
we have
it,
Solar
dude.
Beam on this guy, right? To kill Milotic.
We do have Solar Beam. They're going to Giga Drain into the 4X
days.
resist.
They
And
even have Ice Beam.
I don't think they do. They might just Icy Wind here. It is going to be Icy Wind again.
Milotic, put the Icy Wind down, dude. You have a problem.
I mean, can we just go for EQ Heat Wave again? Like, we don't even care that we're slow? Because does Tailwind end this turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we can. There's not much they can do to really punish us. We could even Solar
I think
Beam.
that's fine. The worst case would be like Protect and Sack, I guess. But like, who cares then, right?
Yeah, I think let's lock it in, dude. Let's just hit them.
We have the Mon advantage. We can reposition. I think it's gonna be all right.
And we take control of the weather because they just like toss T-Tar into the flames turn 1. They really should have just...
Yeah, the turn 1 Flame Toss was fire.
I mean, like, they could have switched into Venusaur. Granted, I do think that the Wave Crash would have still done a lot to, like, the baby Venu, but it still would have probably been worth it.
So much.
Yeah. That's kind of why that lead is so good and why we are so hyped about it. Like, dude, this is going to do nothing. Yeah, he's living a Scald, too. He's not going to live the poison afterward, but he's living that... Is he living that Scald? No, he's living that Icy Wind, though.
He's living that Scald. They both are... So we should get a double KO, right?
I don't know.
Milo.
Milo's going to live, I would think. Oh.
Okay, it's getting scary now, dude. Oh, it's getting scary now.
Oh,
oh it's getting scary now, dude. It's getting fucking scary now.
Okay, but this one can't miss like that, dude. This one can't miss. And the poison, too. The poison was like, are you kidding, bro? Okay.
Okay, what speed's Chomp at? -3?
He's -3? I thought he was -2. Oh, dude, this is like so not chill.
What can we do?
Okay,
We can switch in Bask and just...
like swap
That might be the
Bask.
play.
Swap Bask in for Chomp. And
Yeah,
then just
and
go.
just Heat Wave.
Just go for the Heat Wave. Oh my god, dude. The double
Could you
miss?
imagine if we hit Heat Wave, bro?
Like even one?
Yeah, I'd feel fine.
Okay, they're gonna Giga Drain the Bask. Okay,
He's
that's
so good!
okay.
Okay, we could still definitely win.
We could dodge Icy
it's
Wind here.
just- It also comes down to 50-50, I think.
They go for Skull. Okay.
So, okay.
Sure. He's dead.
Maybe-
Charizard, no.
Wait,
No, he was
I
terrible.
think we do win. I think we guaranteed win.
You have a guaranteed win?
Yeah. How fast is Chomp, though?
138.
Never mind. There's no guaranteed win.
Oh, because you can't outspeed Excadrill?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, does EQ pick up?
Yeah, it picks up both.
Then why not just
Oh,
Tailwind
wait, we
EQ?
could just Tailwind EQ. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
if
forgot
it-
we live one.
If it picks up both, we always win with this play. Yeah, it should.
Essentially, yeah.
He's Garchomp. He's adamant-natured Garchomp, dude. He can do it. He just needs to not crit his
There's
best friend.
literally no doubt in my mind. I don't know what you're talking about.
If he goes a little too nuts and crits our Whimsicott, that could be the one. Oh no, he killed him. Yeah, we just win.
But the X-Guy doesn't have its sash broken, right? Does it?
No, it doesn't. It switched out after the move.
So we just Moonblasted though, and then protect. And if they protect, Encore comes out.
Yep. Oh yeah, you're right. And then they don't have enough turns to. They would need a triple. No, they would just need.
At that point, I'm just clicking Moonblast Dragon Claw until it's over.
All right, we just move. No, I'm saying if they EQ'd or they Ironhead this turn, and then then they would need a double protect. But I think we'll be good. I think it's just Moonblast protect. Okay, Garchomp. He actually clutched up, dude. He did it. He made it through. All right, Moonblast connects,
Found a fucking way, dude.
and now he's done.
I think they're clicking EQ themselves, right?
They're actually Ironheading Garchomp.
Oh,
That's-
wow.
You know, that one wouldn't have been on the bingo card. Now it's just protect on this guy in EQ.
Yep.
Now they don't even have a way out of this one. They don't. They
And
must.
if they protect the Encore Dragon Claw till the game ends.
Why didn't they? I assume they have high horsepower and no EQ, but why wouldn't they rock slide then? I think. Well, I don't know. This guy is
We
different.
did it, dude.
We
Fucking
did it. We
Thank
did
you,
it.
Big Six.
Thank you. No shoutouts to Charizard this game though. He sucked. He really dropped the ball. He did no damage and died, yet we still won. That's the power of Big Six, dude.
Dude, that's literally the team in a nutshell. It's like, it's okay. We have 5 other Mega Pokemon.
All right, so it's the Aerodactyl King Gambit Farigiraf Sylveon team. What are you doing to this one? I feel like this matchup is actually pretty good for... Because I was on the other end of this team. I played the King Gambit side, and I thought this matchup was pretty good for them.
You know, I'm not going to disagree. I do think this is one that's a little flippy-floppy.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, as someone who has actually lost a Big Six in tournament using that team?
So,
What
I
did you
feel
just
like
do?
the matchup is so... It all hinges on the Aerodactyl, right? Like, are they leading Aerodactyl King Gambit, or are they leading Farigiraf Charizard? Because if they're leading Farigiraf Charizard, I am such a fan of just going Charizard Garchomp. I think that lead just stuffs it so bad. Like, not that you can't win. You actually... I have won doing this into Charizard Garchomp. I just think it's kind of negative. I think our King Gambit needs to come for sure. It's just like, are they going to go Aerodactyl King Gambit, you think, or no?
I think they're leading the arrow for sure. I think they're leading the arrow.
Okay, then what do we want to lead into that?
I'm thinking maybe we do our Whimsicott plus... honestly, can you do Floette with Charizard Garchomp in the back? Is that evil?
I mean, okay, whoa. Oh, you're saying... Oh, okay, so you're just hard calling the Aerodactyl mode. Yeah, I'm kind of down for this, dude. This is fire. This is some fire stuff. Ooh, I like this for
I'm thinking
letter.
we don't even need to Mega. We just put the pressure on with the Floette, and then Charizard will come and, you know, save the day.
Yeah, because they do have to instantly respect him, and they have to be like, okay, I need to throw the Iron Head into him, but we're just not gonna, we're not gonna Mega it. We have another Mega in the back, dude. They're gonna leave Charizard King Gambit, actually. Okay.
That's very weird, no?
Yeah, I usually don't see this one. I've never once led this one. This like auto loses to Charizard Garchomp too. This just seems like not a great lead.
Should we just... What do we even do? I feel like we should preserve our Floette, look, because we have Charizard Garchomp in the back.
Yeah, I mean, like, we could just protect... I mean, switching in
You
on
can
the...
just double swap, bro.
You want to double swap? Sure, let's double swap.
Just take the chip.
Okay, so I think we put Garchomp in the Whimsicott spot, and then we put Charizard in the Floette spot, right?
I'm chilling with this, yeah.
Because presumably the Iron Head is going into Floette. Well, I guess, dude, they can't even necessarily Iron Head. We really could have just Moonblast, and killed King Gambit. Or maybe Moonblast Gleam picks it up. I'm not really sure if we're timid.
I'm not sure because we don't have the Mega, right? So it's going to be a lot weaker.
I was saying we could have just committed the Mega because they're going to give us the Sun anyways, that we could have just used Budget Charizard.
Budget Charizard is hilarious. There's no way that's correct.
You think it's Budget Floette still? Or I guess now it's Mega Floette, right?
It totally depends, yeah.
Ooh, okay.
I just think the Floette is just going to sweep their Garchomp for sure.
Because they didn't bring Aerodactyl either. I imagine the last guys are actually probably Sylve and Giraffe maybe in the back.
Yeah, I think Floette goes nuts as long as you Rock Slide here and just... Honestly, yeah, it's Mega Floette now.
Yeah.
Heat Wave.
No, this seems so safe. Because I think they have to throw the sucker into Charizard. They have to. Again, they are Sash King Gambit on this version. They're just protecting. So they're just going to sucker get the KO.
I don't even know if it kills, dude. Charizard's so fat. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's bold Charizard. That's what I'm talking about, dude.
Yeah, it's bold Charizard. It's bold Charizard. Wow.
I think the game's over, dude. I think Floette can do it.
I wish I weather balled now.
Yeah, me too, a little bit.
Because I think he is going to live, but it shouldn't matter.
I don't think he's going to live. He's like 1 HP, right?
Yeah, he's 1 HP. I'm sorry. He's definitely dead.
Yeah. I'm a little scared of, like, Sylveon and Trick Room, but how are they going to get that up unless they go Fari right now?
They don't. They go... That guy. They go Sylveon. Then I'm down to just throw Rock Slide, right? Is Rock Slide not just fire and then just Heat Wave? I guess maybe just Weather Ball.
Should we? Yeah, I mean...
Or do you want to protect?
I think you Weather Ball the Sylveon. I think this is fine. I'm getting a little afraid of, like, our ability to ramp up enough before the... This... Oh, it's Farigiraf. Okay, wait, we take this as fuck too. What the hell is happening?
Oh, they're just quick attacking.
We lived that too, man. Oh, we didn't.
Okay. We didn't live that one.
It was a roll, guys. I'm telling you, it was a roll.
Okay. Roxley's gonna come through. So they're just saying like, hey, I'm gonna keep the Charizard in back. I'm gonna set up Trick Room, and then I'm gonna go nuts.
We can just go flow ahead.
Dude,
And then just switch to Whimsicott, Light of Ruin, Farigiraf, right?
I'm afraid that the Farigiraf's gonna live.
I'm afraid that the Floette will die.
I'm afraid the Float will die too.
We can Dragon Claw Moonblast, but then they Hyper Voice. That's not very good for us.
No.
This is a tough call, brother.
Dude, and then they
I think
also...
you make it. You make it, dude. You just make it.
You just Light of Ruin?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's probably the best play. I'm just also afraid of, like, there's always the fact that they could protect, right? Now, obviously, they probably aren't going to do that. Like, I feel like the game is just really close, that protecting doesn't give them a lot of... Well, it would be just a risky game winner, that if I just killed Sylveon, they would just lose if they protected. So it's kind of scary for them, and I feel like they aren't going to do that, but they always can. That's the scariest part. Oh,
yes!
They protected
Sylveon
Sylveon.
detects. Okay, this could be perfect, dude.
This
Please
could
go.
be. This could be, but it's also timid. It's timid.
It's okay. It does so much damage, dude.
Yeah, it's dead. It's dead. We got him. We got him. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
So we got him right where we want him.
Flood takes the beat down, of course.
Now you just Encore the Sylveon, right?
100%, dude.
You
100%.
just Gleam.
They're running out of sun turns, too. They have one more turn. Encore. And... Yeah, it's probably just Gleam. We have Sash.
I mean, we could just double Moonblast it, actually.
No, I'm down for Encore because Quick Attack could be annoying. I just would rather lock down the Sylveon for 3 turns. I think we just win. Especially if they don't get it here. That part's kind of lit. Gleam.
And that should be Rock Slide range, one can hope.
One can only hope. Heat Wave's going to come through. So now is it just protect Whimsicott Rock Slide? Or do you want a Tailwind so we don't risk getting burned?
I'm fine with Protect Rock Slide, honestly. Like, whatever, right?
Whatever, they're just not going to burn it. Sun's also
Sunlight's
gone, dude. Garchomp is just chilling, man. At this point, Garchomp just solos the game by himself. He's that guy.
He is that guy, dude.
Protect Rock Slide. Yeah, I think this matchup can be a little bit tricky. Their lead was a little bit unorthodox. Usually, I think they like to lead something like Aerodactyl King Gambit or Farigiraf Charizard. Those are the two big ones.
Yeah, but we found a very unique way of combating their their threats, you know, bringing both Megas and kind of just flexing which one. And you were right, dude. We actually did use the base Charizard to do it.
I think that you can do something like this. I also think another option you can go that I think is really annoying is Whimsicott Basque, Charizard King Gambit are another 4 that I think is very good into this team.
Yeah. No, at the end of the day, it was just you have to call which lead they're doing. Yeah, and at least in this one, there's usually only 2 options. Like, what they led, it just didn't feel good. Just EQ.
Oh, I was just thinking we can just keep the Encore. They just automatically lose.
I mean, you're actually right. I was thinking EQ is single target, but your play is much safer.
I guess it actually doesn't matter because Garchomp just fully outspeeds. But yeah, I guess my play is just hey, we are really going to win.
Yeah.
This actually is
there it is, dude.
That's how it's done. I mean, I think, like I said, this matchup can be a little bit tricky, but I think we gave you some options that you can approach this one in multiple ways. If this mode that we went was pretty nuts, I'm not gonna lie. But I think if they did go Aerodactyl King Gambit, it would have been really, really good. We would have just baited our Floette, let it die, set up Tailwind, and then we threaten Encore and tons of damage with Heat Wave. All right, we got a little bit of Starfox action. This team won Victory Road a couple weeks ago. Still pretty prevalent in the meta as it falls off a little bit each day, but I still think it's pretty strong. What are we doing here? How do we want to beat this guy?
I think this is a little bit tricky just because that Glamora is scary.
True.
But it is the Focus Sash variety, right? So I think we have a few options. I'm feeling a yummy little Whims Basque action, predicting they don't bring King Gambit. How do you feel about that?
I think that's safe to say. They're going to bring King Gambit potentially, but I don't think they'll bring it in the lead. So I feel pretty good about leading it.
And then I kind of just want to do Floette and maybe King Gambit in the back just because Sucker Punch looks really nice. And our Garchomp's going to be slower than everything on their team. So I'm not really feeling it's worth here.
Yeah, I'm down to lock it in. I think Charizard also equally like not looking too good. Like this team is a anti-Charizard hate team, dude. This team is like it's got Gamora, it's got Delphox,
Delphox.
Garchomp. Like it's just not going to be a good time. So they're just going to do Staraptor plus Garchomp here. The two of them's got
I'm feeling totally okay with this.
Yeah, I mean I am too. Like the scariest part is when they like charm him or something. But if he's just kind of hanging out, I really don't mind. What are you gonna do? Close combat my Whimsicott? Don't care, you know?
You could just protect, right?
We could send the protect. They would have to like do something really crazy, like Brave Bird, Dragonclaw, Bask.
I don't even care. You just Wavecraft Staraptor, right? And if they do that, like our Floette comes in for free.
Okay, yeah, you're so valid. You're so valid. We're about to have 2 fairy weeks into us. Yeah, okay, this is gonna be nice. This is gonna be nice.
Honestly, in this economy, how can they lead that, dude? We got a Floette Whimsicott on our team.
I don't know,
But
dude.
they know
Imagine
the hits they have, like the Glamora, the Delphox. They know we probably weren't leading Floette.
yeah.
This feels fine to me, though. I feel like we do need a position around the Glamora, but that's why we have King Gambit. It's very specially bulky.
It's true. I mean, also, next turn. Let's see here. So this is the big one. Okay, they're just protecting.
Little cringe. They don't have Farigiraf or anything, though, right?
No, it's gonna be a Dragonclaw into Bask. Wow, we got absolutely shit on, and the crit, and the life.
That was hilarious. You can Aqua Jet Moonblast the Garchomp, and it'll probably go down.
Is that our move? Probably.
I think so. I don't see a better move, to be honest, because we could Encore Staraptor, but I'm predicting a swap out, right? If they don't swap out, like, I don't know what's happening. Maybe we're in an alternate dimension.
Yeah, I mean they should swap out. They gotta swap out, right? For sure.
I mean, that was such a weird turn.
Yeah, I mean like maybe I feel like they were just thinking like, hey, this turn is really good for this moment, right? Like I get the free hit. There's no way they're wave crashing me. I guess if we Moonblasted the Garchomp, but that also seems a little bit risky in case they do like EQ Brave Bird or something. So they're really thinking here, dude. And they don't swap, dude.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay.
Is this killing?
Yes, it's killing the Garchomp. We could have Encored and swapped to Floette. I think that would have been funny. But again, Staraptor is just not protecting, or not swapping out. They don't care. Garchomp is down at least. We traded Bask for Chomp. It's not really the best, but
No.
what can we do here? They just go for CC. Okay.
Okay, sure. And now I think they can just send in Glamora and we are sweating, dude. I think we still kind of should go into Floette to put pressure onto this guy. But it is going to be sucky if they do go into that guy.
Oh, it's looking pretty atrocious, I think, honestly. They just played, like, really weird.
There's Glamora. I think that actually just might be GG. I mean, like, it's not over yet, but it's certainly not good here.
I mean, I'm okay with, like, a Tailwind and Protect, right?
Sure.
It doesn't matter whether you Mega or not.
I'll throw it out. I mean, technically, right? It could protect Whimsicott from some stat trumps. Dare I say.
Yeah, so King Gambit should outspeed Glamora, right? Or no?
It's 0 speed, so I mean it depends. If they're timid, no. Modest, yes.
Let's just hope they're modest.
I'm trying to remember what they wear on this team. I think it's timid though. We'll see. Okay, they're gonna Brave Bird, sure. Whimsicott down. Poor little guy.
I think we just Ironhead Gleam and hope.
I think it's an Ironhead Gleam. Yeah, 100%, dude. 100%. Sledge Bomb.
Because the other option is saying King Gambit's going to 2v1 whatever's in the back, and I just don't know if that's likely.
No, because like best case, I mean, if it's Whimsicott, right? But they have Chopal King Gambit. That's the scary part. Let's just send it, dude. Let's just send it.
Just hope, dude. Modesty.
If it's modest, we're chilling. Okay, they don't protect.
Crit Staraptor. Oh, I did it quite a lot though.
You really did for a +1 from a timid Floette. We take those, dude. Close combat's gonna come through.
I think we live because they don't really run like full attack.
No, we definitely live. You comfortably live that one. All right, now moment of truth. Here we go. Dare I say, he's modest.
King Goobity.
Oh!
Yes! Okay, I think the game's ours. The game is ours. It's that simple, dude. Oh my god. See, Floette's so good into these teams. Even if you have Glamora out, you just need one partner. And now, like, how are they beating Floette?
Their turn 1 and 2 was just nuts. I gotta say, it was absolutely crazy. It's gonna be Whimsicott last.
Whimsicott is a bit annoying.
I don't know if it... Oh, it kind of is, actually.
I think you just Ironhead the Whimsicott, though, and Gleam, right?
I think Ironhead Gleam should just win because we're... Oh, no. Oh, they could...
Roost, but whatever.
No, I'm afraid of the Charm, dude. Then they could get the KO onto Floette.
I think that's fine, though.
Oh, but then we're just...
faster in Tailwind.
Oh, yeah, you're right. They can't Charm and Tailwind, duh. Yeah, it's always just double the thing. It's always double the Whims, I think.
And they die to Recoil, and then we have Sucker Punch pressure. But they're also Akaberry. They're not Sash, so it should be fine.
But does Moonblast just pick up? Oh, no, if Moonblast can't pick up here, they have to get a double protect. Yeah. Because Moonblast will kill King Gambit, but we do just get to continue gleaming. Yeah.
This is tricky, dude. Does Moonblast Brave Bird KO Floette? No, we're faster than Whimsicott, surely.
Also, we have Tailwind this turn, man. We have Tailwind still. Look.
God, I forgot how long it's still there. It's one more turn.
So it's literally they have to double protect. Even double protect doesn't win.
I don't think so. Yeah, because they don't have Protect on Whimsicott.
Yeah. They have to like. I don't think there's a possible. They could light screen, but that's not gonna save them.
Dude, Big Six is broken, dude. It's actually hopeless.
It was crazy because I would say that like not that I don't think we played the early turns poorly in any way, but like they just kind of played crazy and got us, and we just killed them, and we still managed to win this matchup, dude. We crit Staraptor. I mean, I think it was fine as long as they didn't crit Brave Bird. We were just going to be able to just fire off continuous Moonblast that they weren't going to be able to hang with. But yeah, wow. Even when the early turns go wrong, we have like 5 Mega Pokemon. Like every Pokemon is just so broken that you just win. It's just that easy.
And honestly, with this team, the more you play, the more your brain like expands. You unlock new lines. You just figure out what you need to do, and its strength really is in best of 3. Like, because they already know what you're gonna do because you're running Big Six. But now you just know what their options are, and you're able to download them. You're able to adjust. So there's a reason this team is the strongest in the format. It's never went away, and it's still maybe even gonna win Worlds.
Yeah, so let us know what you guys thought of this guide down below. Hopefully it helped you in some way. And again, we do have even more games if you're more interested in learning more about Big Six. We got more games on the Patreon if you want to check that out. But thank you so much for watching. And thank you for joining me, Raghav.
Of course, we will see you all next time. Peace.
Peace.